The West African Republic of the Ivory Coast is located on the northern coast of the Gulf of Guinea. The former French colony has a population of over 4.5 million. Formerly part of the French West Africa, the Ivory Coast achieved independence in 1960. Under President Houphouët-Boigny, the country played a major role in African development. The official language is still French. Essentially rural with many different local cultures, the Ivory Coast is one of the most welcoming and enjoyable countries to visit in Africa. Abidjan is the economic capital of the Ivory Coast. Built on the Ivory Lagoon and along the Atlantic Ocean, Abidjan's deep-water harbor is sheltered from the ocean tides. The lagoon links the incessantly developing suburbs to the north, east, and west. Abidjan is a big modern city, which resembles European capitals. Suffocating heat and abundant vegetation surround the buildings of the city. The various lagoons each form specific neighborhoods: Cocody, Treichville, and the Plateau. Whether residential, industrial, or popular, each neighborhood has a distinct personality. The Plateau is the most frequented by tourists. It's modern and covered with skyscrapers, which house banks, offices, businesses, and a good number of hotels. What attracts people to Abidjan is less its status as capital than its strange mix of African tradition and European modernity. The animated neighborhoods are charming. During the day, in the crowded streets, men, women, and children mix in their loincloths and boubous. Abidjan is a relatively young city. In 1898, the Houdaï Commission, charged with a feasibility study for a railway between Niger and the Atlantic, discovered that the shortest route led through the Plateau, the future business quarter of Abidjan. The site of the future capital included the sandbar offshore and the villages Port-Bouët and Vridi. 4 years later, major construction began and a city was built around the train station. The city was named by French soldiers who came to occupy the site. Abidji means to cut leaves in Ivorian, and the French had met leaf cutters. From a bird's eye view looking east to west, Abidjan spreads out across 6 miles and runs 7.5 miles north to south. These city limits include large areas of vegetation. When you leave Abidjan, you'll find the road leading north very surprising. The main roads are very well kept. They are large tarred roads in the European style. They're not crowded, which allows the traveler time to admire the landscape. In the dry season, the savanna's subtle color varies from burnt bread to bleached straw. Close to the water, The abundant vegetation forms many small oases in the middle of vast, dried plains.